there are some hospitals that you enter, you start smelling Dettol, aspirin, hypo, jig. Abroad hospital is not like that. When you enter, the AC that will first blow you like this, you'll be like, please, do you treat people for peace of mind? Do you treat people for peace of? You will feel like falling sick because the hospital atmosphere lasts. Then when you now enter all those special rooms, when you're seeing their equipment, when you see the way they use trolley, the way they arrange everything, if you don't get inspired to be a healthcare person, travel out. You know that. Like, even when you get there, you have inspiration to be a health person. Like, even when you get there and you see that joy of seeing technology, seeing all this machine, you be like, ah, God, I am proud that I am a health professional. You know, there are some places you get to go, you will not be proud of your profession. But you see all these hospitals, this Qatar hospital that I'm talking about, you will get there and you'll be proud. All those hospitals that when you snap picture, when you snap picture with any of those equipment, you'll be like, Nancy, where did you see this equipment? All those, you know, all this medical equipment, they're always white in color. And white, and they will not be shining lights. You'll be proud of your profession. That's why I'm saying that it goes beyond just collecting salary. The thing is, working environment, that's another benefit. They have very. Welcome back again to another video you're not expecting. So guys, I actually made a step 1 video where I talked about overview of moving to Qatar as an healthcare professional, and in that video I mentioned all the healthcare professionals that can actually go through this route. If you've not seen the video, make sure to click the link in my description box. You see Qatar as a playlist. Just follow it step 1, step 2. So guys, this is the step 2, like I promised. This one I'm talking about the benefits, the pros and cons of working in Qatar. So before now, I've actually made a video about 31 things, surprising things you don't know about Qatar. So make sure to check that video out. And this one is about the benefits, the pros and cons. There is no country that has their own benefits. They don't have their pros and they do not have their cons. Whether you're moving to Europe, whether you're moving to UK, whether you're moving to anywhere in the world, there is no country that is perfect. Every country you will face challenges. So now it's left to you to be able to choose or adapt to any challenges that you want. And one of my reasons is, and that's why I say, guys, that money is not just to come and tell you I'm a sweet mountain mouth for you, that when you get there, hey, this one, that one, and everything. The funny thing is, even when I prepare you for those challenges, you might not even face it. You might not even face it. So when you actually have an idea that, okay, this is what you expect, then hey, you prepare your mind. Then for you to go with an expectation of, oh my goodness, everything is gonna work out fine. Just have it at the back of your mind that this might happen, so that even when it happens, it doesn't throw you off balance. And that is one of the important things of planning. So guys, today I'm talking about the benefits, the pros and cons of working in Qatar as an healthcare professional. So are you guys ready? Hey, are you kidding me right now? Anyways, let's dive right into it. So the first on my list is, so I'll be adding this together, the benefits, the pros and the cons. I tried to separate it, but then okay, so let's talk about the benefits. Okay, let's talk about things you need to know about Qatar. The first one is, do they actually speak English? Yes, they speak 100% English in Qatar. Like the video I made about 31 facts you don't know about Qatar, make sure to go check that video out. Yeah, their official language is Arabic, but I told you the Indians, they've actually invaded that place. So English is one of their most popular unofficial language. They speak English so well. But then there's another little limitation, especially as an healthcare professional, when you're working in the hospital or in the pharmacy or anything, because all these local people, all these real Qatarians, so people in Qatar actually call Qataris, yeah. So these real Qataris, all these olden people, right? Not like olden people that they are just engrossed with Arabic. So as a healthcare professional, how do you communicate with them? There's always still that language barrier there. Let me not lie to you, because don't expect all of them to speak English. Yeah, some of them speak good English, some of them speak medium English, and some of them they speak English but they don't want to speak them. So you get ready for that. So in case you get that type of patient, so how do you communicate with them? There's always a translator in the hospital. Yeah, there's always a translator that works with the health professional. So when you're actually assessing a patient or talking to a patient or whatever, you just say whatever you want to say instead to the patient, to the translator. The translator will actually translate to the patient. And there's another occupation, Gabi, people that you can find in the hospital. They actually call them ward clerk. Ward clerk, either the translator or ward clerk, they actually help you like to communicate with your patient. Even when you're doing, maybe as a doctor, you're doing this percussion and everything, and you say, is it paining you? They will just do normal translation and they will translate it. So that is how you actually communicate with your patient, or with this thing with English. So that is for you to know that there is nothing like English barrier or anything barrier. But then, like I used to say, any country you find yourself, always learn how to integrate. It is not bad if you can actually learn Arabic. It is not a bad thing. You're adding to your CV. So the next one is, we're still on this language thing. The next one is FA Hospital. They actually have free Arabic courses for all their healthcare professionals. It is not compulsory, but they just have it free that, okay, you should learn it. And then you can learn basic things in Arabic, maybe good morning or anything or this. But like I used to tell you, it's free, sha. It is good to always like learn it and incorporate. And again, I think I read it somewhere that now Qatar government are trying to make it like a strict rule because it's like the Arabic language is going into extinction, so they want to make it a strict rule for everybody to be able to communicate in English and everything. But I don't know, for now they've not one country is Sony, they have not been updated about that, So when they realized that they did not have enough health professional, they will relax the rule, because most times they have a lot of foreigners in Qatar. Most of the foreigners in people working in the health sector are actually foreigners. So if you try to make your language compulsory for people to learn, we will go to another country. So that's why I feel like they just the wine. Because you will not say because of language now. Yeah. So that's just, but I'm just telling you, but they say that they want to make it compulsory for everybody to learn it, but they will not implement it. I mean, I've told you that it's slim, because we will not go there. We will rather go to UK and go and sell all our property instead. I'm just saying. So the next on my list is, and that's because education in Qatar is very expensive, very, 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 very expensive. Though it's kind of cheap for their citizens, but it's expensive. So the next on my list, what's the currency of Qatar? Currency of Qatar is actually called Qatar Riyal, and one Qatar Riyal to dollars is, excuse me, I forgot to check. So I'll be typing it on the screen, but the conversion I'll be giving you is Google's conversion. And then one Qatar Riyal to Naira is like 120. Yeah, one Qatar Riyal is 120 Naira. So if you are watching me from African country or any country of your choice, right? Just type it on Google. Yeah, it's only my country that I know. I cannot be saying for all African countries. So, and another thing that benefits of working in Qatar as an healthcare professional is all experience counts. So many countries they will be like only post qualification experience, post qualification experience. Every experience you've had in your life relating to health or that particular field actually counts. So whether you did dentistry or anything or whatever, and then you did internship, you did volunteer, you did everything, make sure to add it to your CV. But then there's actually a limitation to it, and that's what I'm talking about in step 3. But let me just tell you, even if you're a fresh graduate, like those fresh graduates that just come out for inside oven, add all your experience, your internship, your NYSC, your clinicals, add everything actually counts. Then the next on my list is, do you need IELTS? No, you don't need IELTS. This is actually like an English speaking country. Yeah, you don't need IELTS to actually prove you can speak English. So that's one of the sweet benefits of working as an healthcare professional in this sweet country. So another thing that you might like to know, or you should like to know about Qatar is actually tax-free. 100% tax-free. Did you hear that? 100% tax-free. You're not paying anything for tax, unlike other countries like our favorite UK, that they will still pay you minimum wage as a nurse, as a pharmacist and everything, and then they will take 40% of your salary. So when you collect your salary in Qatar, the salary is for you and you alone. You're not paying any tax. And again, I know that most of you know that this tax that they actually take from people is for what? Is to actually develop the country, for good road, for anything. So does that mean that Qatar does not have good road? Just type it on Google and just say picture of Qatar. Qatar is one of the most beautiful countries. I hope you know that Qatar is actually a tourist country. I hope you know that. So what are you saying? They don't pay tax in Qatar, but yet their economy, Qatar is one of the richest country in the whole world, and that's because their main source of income is oil. They actually export oil. So any country that deals with oil, exporting oil, already knows it money. So they don't even need your tax. Keep it to yourself. So the next thing I actually want to know is similar health pattern. Like I said in step 1, regardless of anything, as long as you're a health person, you have similar health this thing. So even if your husband is a doctor, your wife, you're a nurse, then you have one of your child as a pharmacy, all of you are going the same way. Not like other countries that one you'll be doing OSAPEP, this one you'll be doing CBT, the other one you'll be doing PLAB, and that one will be doing USMLE. Everybody, you're going on the same pathway. So that's one of the benefits of working it. So even if maybe you have dual qualification or anything, it's easy for you to switch. So another thing you might like to know is when you actually work as an health professional here, they actually have 28 days paid leave. 28 days, and it could be more depending on the company, right? And in this 28 days paid leave, what do I mean? It includes paid flight fare. What did I say? Paid flight fare. So let's say, assume you've worked for Qatar in like 9 months, 10 months, you have 1 month to yourself to travel to anywhere you like, and they will give you money for your 100% money for your flight. So either fly to Nigeria, fly to anywhere that you like. They will shall make sure that they are paying for that vacation. So another one that I want to leave, they have sick leave. You are free to be sick. You can be sick leave, and they actually have normal annual leave. So they have paid vacation, sick leave, annual leave. So another one is, okay, I've talked about the free yearly air tickets. Another one is subsidized healthcare. Unlike our beautiful country UK, though healthcare is expensive, but then once you have this, they call it health card, and this health card actually costs like 100 Qatari riyal. That's like 1,200 naira. Once you have it per year, you have free access to free medical care. The other time you can find yourself paying for something is maybe if they give you drug or anything. So you have access to cheap. It's not free, but it is cheap, very affordable, very affordable, unlike some countries. So another one is food and accommodation allowance. So according to the government of Qatar, it is compulsory for all employers to include food and accommodation allowance for their employee. Is either they provide it for them or they actually give them in cash. And that's one of those things that I say you should have in mind when you're actually negotiating your salary, because accommodation is very expensive in Qatar, extremely expensive. So when you get your job at the point of negotiation, make sure that one of the things you actually talk about is mention accommodation and your feeding. So is either they provide for you for the first few months or they add it to your salary as allowance, either of it, but they can add it to your salary. Or it's better they should add it to your salary, then you can cash anyone. So next on my list is license support. So like I explained in step 1, it's not like other countries that is after getting your license you get a job. You get a job first. So you actually get a job first before you get your license and evaluation. So in that license, evaluation is /license. So in that process, your employers will actually help you. They'll actually guide you through all the process. They will not leave you hanging and everything. So another one on my list is more like a disadvantage or is high competition. Pros and culture is high demand. Like I told you, anything health is actually in high demand, and Qatar is not an exception. So Qatar is really in high demand of healthcare, and as they are in high demand, they are building more hospitals. Like I told you, Qatar is actually a tourist country, and like I said, it's actually a zero tax country. So because it's a zero tax country, that's why I see many people actually fluxing into Qatar, setting up business and everything because there's zero tax. So there's actually high demand, and they don't joke with their healthcare. There's high demand for healthcare, and there's actually also competition. So whatever you're doing, I've talked about the exam you're going to write in step 1. I'll give more details in subsequent steps. Make sure to come out in flying colors. Like I told you, I've gone through the exam. The exam is very simple, extremely simple. I used to be a medical student. Extremely simple. So just sit down and prepare well. More details on that, and I'm talking about study materials where you can go and prepare for exam. So another one is Qatar work experience. So especially when you're living in Nigeria, you know, sometimes when you want to recruit skilled from countries and you're saying Nigeria, you know, that reluctancy that okay. So moving to Qatar as a health professional and having that Qatar experience is really going to boost your CV, because like I told you, Qatar is one of those countries with strong economy, and it's one of those countries that when you say Qatar, so if you're looking at to migrate to USA, Australia, New Zealand and everything, Qatar is the easiest for you to gain your Qatar experience. Even if it's for 2 years, then after that 2 years you cannot apply for your UK. In fact, companies from UK, from Australia, from this, and they come to Qatar to actually recruit healthcare. Yes, that's for you to know, because they know that the standard of healthcare in Qatar no be shebe. They no say that one no be shebe. So companies, they actually come to Qatar to come and steal their staff away. To steal them, because they know that these ones, they've been groomed. So if you feel like you're targeting Australia and everything, I've made so many videos about countries that actually pay well. So Qatar is another one that when you had you work in something Qatar hospital, mama, baba, yes, you are talking. So another one on my list is high technology facility. Like I told you, even despite that these people are not paying tax, I told you they are one of the richest countries, one of the countries with high GDP. So they deal with, if you see the technology in Qatar, God. I'll do a video about Qatar versus UK. You should stay subscribed. They deal more with technology. So maybe in your home country, don't let me mention the home country, all those ones that we used to use hand and do almost everything. When you get to Qatar, you make use of real technology, and that's why I told you that Qatar experience will boost your CV, because when you work, they know that yes, you made use of machineries, you made use of equipment, you made use of this. They have lot of medical equipment, medical gadgets. I talk about gadget, all those gadgets that when you enter the hospital, there are some hospitals that when you enter, your sickness self will fly away, because the sickness will fly away, because when you look at it, like, is this where they want to treat me? But then when you enter some hospital, you will enter very healthy. Nothing is wrong with you. You will enter and then you become sick because you feel like sleeping on the floor. Has it ever happened to you? For those that have traveled out, if you see all these top-notch hospitals that, you know, there are some hospitals that you enter, you start smelling Dettol, aspirin, hypo, jig. Abroad hospital is not like that. When you enter, the AC that will first blow you like this, you'll be like, please, do you treat people for peace of mind? Do you treat people for peace of, you will feel like falling sick because the hospital atmosphere lasts. Then when you now enter all those special ones, when you're seeing their equipment, when you see the way they use trolley, the way they arrange everything, if you don't get inspired to be a healthcare person, travel out, you know that. Like, even when you get there, you have inspiration to be a health person. Like, even when you get there and you see that joy of seeing technology, seeing all this machine, you be like, God, I am proud that I am a health professional. You know, there are some places you get to go, you will not be proud of your profession. But you see all these hospitals, this Qatar hospital that I'm talking about, you will get there and you'll be proud. All those hospitals that when you snap picture, when you snap picture with any of those equipment, you'll be like, Nancy, where did you see this equipment? All those, you know, all this medical equipment, they're always white in color. And white, and they will not be shining lights. You'll be proud of your profession. That's why I'm saying that it goes beyond just collecting salary. The thing is working environment. That's another benefit. They have very sweet working environment that when you are sleeping like this, you want to wake up and go to work. You know, it's when your work is not comfortable, you'll be like, well, I'm not going. But then when your workplace is sweet, when you wake up like this, the atmosphere is like, In fact, even when you're working in Qatar or any of these countries, you will not really feel the pressure, because when you're working in this environment, you are not sweating, you are not anything. What? Medicine is sweet, yo. Health is one of the best things you can invest in as a professional. After health, engineering, because all those engineering people do, they have equipment. They have equipment. But health, when you enter hospitals abroad, you'll be proud of yourself. No wonder all these our African mothers, they want all of us to be doctors. You cannot blame them. Some of them, they've seen all those equipment. Even for you to know how to operate those equipment alone, my dear, it's an achievement. What did I say? It is an achievement. All those equipment that will be poor. Go and check it yourself. So the next one on my list is benefits. Like, there's so many employment benefits depending on the company you're working with. Like I've said, I'm making videos about where you can get job, companies you can get job. There's so many companies you can get job. Like, we have international companies, we have local companies, we have international hospitals, we have international this. Like I told you, like in Qatar, we have some organizations that they will just have like a mini clinic or anything. Depending on where you're working, they'll actually give benefit. Even in Nigeria, they do it. Aside hospitals, where my dad used to work, every Christmas like this, we don't used to buy food for the next from like March, January to April. We don't used to buy food. Even when it was like the starter, it was starting from zero. They'll give starter in their office. They'll give them 1 bag of rice. They'll give them oil. They'll give them chicken. They'll give them allowance. Even in Nigeria, I am telling you, government this in Nigeria. That's where my brother is working now. December. And even at that, we used to give the rice out. There are some that we want to expire. We used to give it out. Even at that, we still have. I said from January to this, they'll give them December allowance. They'll give them Christmas allowance. They'll give them allowance for New Year, rent, house allowance, clinical. They'll give them like they'll just call some name of allowance. I'll be like, which one is this one again? In whatever you are doing in this life, one of the good things aside the salary, look for a company that offers good benefits. Offers good benefits. So that before they say Happy New Year, they will send you guys gifts. Before they say Christmas, gifts. Before they say clinical, gifts. So aside your salary, one of the sweet things you can enjoy is sweet benefit. And you know that one of the biggest, I'm not done with my research, international companies in Qatar is Qatar Airways. Have you ever flown Qatar Airways before? How did you feel? I made a video about flights to consider when you're flying to Qatar or even Emirates. When you fly there, when you enter Emirates flight, how did it make you feel? Economy, how did it make you feel? Qatar, how did you feel as a customer? So imagine your life as a worker, but then it does not really mean, but they might do anyhow to maybe they are this, but you see all this, their health person, people work in their health. Right, benefit though is important. The next on my list is family relocation, paid family relocation. So some people that want to ask, can they relocate with their family and everything? So the thing is, most jobs they will actually tell you they can only cater for single person. While some they will say they can cater for single person, but when you negotiate with them, they can pay for your family. Or some you have to pay for your family yourself. But the thing is, if you want your company to actually pay for you, that means you have to be highly skilled. Yeah. Before somebody will say, hey, I want to bring you and your entire family member, you have to be highly skilled. And when I'm talking about highly skilled, if you have 5 years experience, you're actually a consultant in Nigeria, you have your master, highly skilled. When we say you go down and say, uncle, if you know they bring my family, I know they do. That kind of thing. Yeah. I know some people want to ask about education. I'll make a separate video on that. So you can get paid relocation for your family like that. And that thing is so what are the disadvantages that you don't really like about Qatar, like the cons, is monthly pay. Unlike other countries like UK and everything, they are kind of pay hourly, right? Hourly, weekly and everything. But in Qatar, they kind of run a Nigerian African system. They pay you per week, per month. But the thing is, in your contract, they will tell you, okay, you're working 10 hours in a month. It's more than 10 hours, depending on your distance. They can tell you 10 hours per month, and they say, but then they will not state how much they are paying you for that 10 hours. But then, just like in Nigeria, when they tell you, we've offered you a job, you have to resume 8 o'clock and close 5 o'clock. That is your own hours, like that. But then, they actually pay you per month. That's one of the disadvantages, so you have to wait. So, another disadvantage that you might not want to like is they actually work from Monday to Friday. Unlike outside the country, you work 2 times a week, 3 times a week. This one, you work Monday to Friday, and then you're expected to work at least 8 to 10 hours per day. 8 to 10 hours per day. But then, like I said, depending on your company, depending on the work, your type of work, depending on so many factors, and like I said, depending on your negotiating power. So some can say you work from Monday to Thursday, from maybe Thursday to clinical. You can work weekend too, but they have, just like in Nigeria too, we have nurses on shift. But then in typical Nigerian system, you can't see doctor Friday and Sunday. But though we used to see, they will still do their normal shift though. That okay, you are on duty on Friday, you're on duty on Saturday, duty on Sunday. But then the normal standard, you wake up every morning and go to work. Unlike UK, that you have shifts today, shifts midnight and everything. And even that Monday to Friday, you have shifts too. It can be morning, afternoon, this, but the thing is minimum 8 to 10 hours. I don't know. That's why I said depending on the comment, and that's why I'm telling you this thing. Have it in mind. That's why I am telling you this thing, so that when you want to negotiate, how much are you paying me? How many hours am I coming? Can I come 2 hours per day? Can I? That's why I said when you have the idea, it's easy for you to negotiate what you want and what you don't want. So another this thing that you don't really like about that is the expensive accommodation. Like I've mentioned earlier, accommodation is quite expensive, very expensive. But then you can share with people and everything. That's why I said very important during your interview stage. Make sure to discuss your accommodation. Like I told you, Qatar government only come and include here, and you're actually a health professional. So not be say you be cleaner or anything. So Qatar government said they should include food and allowance. So talk about your food, talk about your allowance and your bills. Talk it out with your employer. So even if it's 2,000 Qatarians, they want to be supporting, it is fine. But make sure you talk about it. Don't be shy. A closed mouth is a closed destiny. So make sure to talk about it with your employer, because Qatar, this thing is expensive. Then another thing I don't like about Qatar is the hot weather. Qatar is not Europe, it's actually in the Middle East. Like, you know that type of hot weather that will be like, you are inside a fire, but then you are not seeing the fire. Do you get that? Like, you are inside a fire, but you are not seeing the fire. In Qatar, and that's why when you enter Qatar, the first thing you notice is all the cars there, they are white color. That's because of the very humid temperature. You people just say Nigeria is hot. Nigeria is not hot. Some of you see to drive black car, yellow car, Kinikam, you enter Okada and say, yeah, the thing is hot in my yash. In Qatar, so you hardly see a black car because the place is extremely hot. Qatar and Dubai, they have the same thing, a very, very hot place. If you think, sometimes girl, your water will be hot. I know in that type of hot place, you'll be sweat. And that's why I say, working environment is very suitable. So even when you sweat on the streets, once you enter your hospital AC, my dear, your life is simple. Just have it in mind that you can have slight of maybe winter or this, but it's a very hot weather. So another thing that you don't like about Qatar is Qatar drivers, they're kind of reckless drivers, very, very reckless, and they have high rate of accident victims. High rate, but then for my research, the government is actually trying to curb it, to actually reduce the way the reckless driver and everything. So that is what I'm telling you now. When you enter Qatar, don't feel like most of the countries, other Nigeria, what about share no. So if you see car that is coming, if it did not wait for you, stay where you are. So before you cross, do like this, do like this, do like this, do like this, do like this. After, ask God, may I run them? They're very, very reckless drivers. But then the government is trying to put some laws in place, so have it that in mind. Then another thing is about another thing I want to know that is a disadvantage about working in Qatar is there is no pathway to citizenship, even indefinite leave to remain, even ILR, nothing. You just stay in Qatar all your lives, labor all your lives, and there is no profit for it. You're just a foreigner. Like, there is no pathway. And if you ask me, that is the only reason people actually leave Qatar. Yeah, That is the only reason. People, if you see people that say, oh, I work in Qatar, that is the only thing. The reason they left Qatar, because they don't have pathway to citizenship. And that's it. So that's why I feel like you can use Qatar to actually start your career. That even if it is 2 years you work there, even if it is 3 years, before you gather money and just gather yourself, just to gather the experience. And you know that once you work in Qatar, you have the experience, right? You don't have to when you're moving to another country, of course you move as a work. You move with work visa. Well, you're not no need of study all this Allowance masters people are doing, but there's no need. Once you have even 1 year, 2 years experience in Qatar, start applying for a job in UK. So UK. How will you leave Qatar and leave to UK? See, if you are leaving Qatar, please, is it Australia or New Zealand? How will you leave Qatar and go to UK? No. If you are leaving Qatar, is it that you're moving to USA, you're moving to Australia, you're moving to New Zealand? All those countries, they are top paying countries. Which type of thing are they following you? If UK is hungry you, book flights during your summer. Go and play in the UK. Come back. How will you leave Qatar and move to UK? Are you whining me? After you've enjoyed freedom of no tax, no anything, you've enjoyed what is good salary, good pay, good. You now go to. Don't even tell anybody that you watch my video, because everybody that watch my video, we're always sharp. We're always very sharp and calculative. Don't tell me that. Okay, say then you move to even either you move to USA, Australia, or New Zealand. Any of those TV. Why you go leave Qatar enter UK? Unless you are going to study. If you are going to study, you enter. You can have 2 years experience, my dear. Can't earn your money in USA or this thing, or even Canada. Either you enter USA, Australia, New Zealand, or Canada. Anything aside that, I'm not there. I don't know for now, but I beg that your. So another thing you might not want to like about Qatar is the license. So their license is more like admission letter. Like when you get admission to a school, or you be admitted to King's College. Like when you get admission letter, you'll be admitted to King's College and everything, and then maybe you feel like, okay, you want to change from King's College to Queen's College. So that's how your license is. It's not like maybe UK or even Nigeria that once you have your license, you can work anywhere. The only thing that changes is your employment letter. This one in Qatar, your license changes according to according to how you actually change job. So as you are changing under employer, your license actually change. But then, so that means you have to apply for a job. Your employer has to file for you again, but you don't write the exam again, no. But you just do all those normal changing of this thing. I'll be making another video on that, about that will be step whatever this thing. So I'm telling you how to change employer. So that's why before you even get the job, make sure to get a very, very good employer. But then there's nothing wrong in changing employer, right? Sometimes you just using an employer for stepping in, and there's some employer that is wicked. They'll tell you that they will cancel your visa immediately and tell you, oh yeah, you're going back to your country or whatever it is. So I'm making videos on that. But then just know that your license is not versatile. So that license, you can only work in that hospital. That's the hospital that is licensed in that hospital. If you want to work in another hospital or in another organization, you need to change employer and change license. Yeah, and that's why it is not be easy to actually pick up extra shifts like in UK, that you can work in NHS, you work in care home, you shall work everywhere. So that's one of those limitations to it. But like I said, in Qatar, for example, if your employer says, oh, you have to work let's say you have to work 1,000 hours per week, right? That's the minimum. Let's just say that's the minimum you can work, 1,000 hours per week. But then if you feel like, okay, if you take up extra shifts up to 24 hours, you get this pay. If you take up extra shifts up to 5 hours, you get this pay. If you take up this, so whatever extra shift you'll be doing is going to be in the hospital. It is not, it's going to be in the organization. It's not like UK or any other country that you can do 5 hours here, do 2 hours here, do this one here, this thing. So it has to be with the same employer. So guys, that will be all for step 2, and I hope I'll be able to clear your doubt and explain to you about the pros and cons of working in Qatar. So with everything I've explained so far, do you think it's something you actually want to venture in? Do you think it's anything you actually want to move? So another benefit is moving to Qatar as a health professional, you're not even spending. It's the cheapest ever. If I tell you how much it costs, in fact, your account will not even feel it. You're not going to even feel extremely cheap. So do you actually feel like it's something you really want to like try and make a move for? And me, I feel like you should try it too, because aside that, it's not just about everybody shouting UK, US. Sometimes you've stayed in Africa, experience Asia, experience Europe, experience America. Like, just have, when you have different experience, it kind of boosts your cultural this thing and everything. Like, it's really a good experience. Like I told you, you don't have anything to lose. You don't have anything to lose. So it's good to just have your experience everywhere. Like I told you, Qatar, this actually boosts you. So guys, that will bring us to the end of today's video. If you like and enjoy it, of course, and as usual, make sure to click the subscribe button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you in my next step, which is required document. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.